Hello, my name's Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So I'm still at the Alleyways Centre in Bridport and we're moving on from furniture to glass, and we're starting with some really nice old school glass, and there's a lot of it. So it's really hard because normally I go somewhere and I see like one or two or three pieces and I can talk about them, you know, but here I've got, shelves of it. So I'm kind of like picking bits out and showing you comparisons between them and dating them and stuff like that. So anyway, with that said, let's get on and have a look at the glass, eh? I'll give you an idea of how big this place is. Yeah. Just go on and on a bit. Ooh, tripping over. And then let me check around the corner, nobody's there. Yeah, it goes down that way. Down there. So, and there's also way over in the corner, there's another huge room, but we'll get to that. I'm just inside the entrance and they've got two fantastic shelves of 18th century glasses. Let's have a quick look at what stands out to me. There's a nice, right at the back, if I zoom in, at the back there, maybe I need to come around the other side. Maybe I need to do this to make it focus on that one. Yeah, look at that beautiful pan top air twist glass. I think these are from the sort of like 1760s or something like that. The air twists are a bit earlier than the opaque twist, so like this is an opaque twist. Yeah, and even this is a nice one because you've got a bit of moulding, then you've got the air twist, and then you've got this heavier foot. So this is a bit of a stumpy one. So I think this might be supposed to be a firing glass. It's a bit delicate for a firing glass, but yeah. And then if you're looking at chronological order, let me come around this side. Facet stems come after the opaque twists. So you've got air twist like this, and then you've got opaque twist like this, and then facet stem, so one after the other. You've got, yeah, let me break. I thought I'd come back to the air twist that we were looking at near the beginning, and I found one very like it in scottishantiques.com, and they're saying 1750, and looking on that label that also said 1750, and yeah, it's got the same sort of knob in the middle, little discreet knob there, and pan top and some engraving, and I think the quality of this is about similar, but they want £590 for theirs. So yeah, 350 down at the Alleyways Centre seems quite cheap by comparison. Also, you've got two glasses here that look very similar, and so you've got this air twist here with engraving at the top, and then you've got this plain one here with no air twist. Theoretically, like the plain ones should be earlier. These are probably, you know, none of these things are hard and fast. They merge into each other. Styles coming out slowly. So these are probably from a similar age, but this would probably be towards the end of the style, and this is from the beginning. So they're kind of like very similar to each other, just one with air twist and one without. Pointing out something for someone I know, there's a lovely dwarf ale glass, but it's a opaque twist stem there. You see it's got the hops and barley in its classic shape, but also we have another one here, and this one is like a massive one. How much is that? It's 225 is gone. It's got date is 1760 on it. Check the books on the exact dates. And you've got this one here, which is a small air twist. But this one I think should be an ale glass as well. Lovely moulded bowl. And yeah, he's got 310. He's got the same date on it as well. So come back to Scottish Antiques to look at prices again. We've got 245 on this one, which is similar, which is very close to the price of the one we're looking at, which was 225. And also they've got this other one here. If I go down, and yes, there we go. And that's also similar to the one we were looking at, but this one's 350. So yeah, I think the prices at the Alleyways are good. I've also got this glass here. I think this is supposed to, yes, it's supposed to be a Jacobite because it's got 2 roses on it. Can you see? But on the other side you can see it's got a bee, which is a bee or a moth or something. So, and it's got little polished facets and stuff. Now, a lot of these are not copies, the glass will be original, but then people later engrave this because it changes the value massively if it's a real Jacobite glass. I just spotted another one here, look. Here's another one. Let's see if it will focus on it. There you go. And you've got 2 flowers and you've got a bee. So engraving's done very nicely there. We're back at Scottish Antiques, and I've punched in the word Jacobite, and all these glasses have come up. Now, I know one of the things I do know, and because lots of dealers have told me this, is that the Jacobite glasses, a lot of them are copies, or not copies, have been faked up. Okay, so in that the glass might be an original period glass, but they've got this later engraving. And I'm wondering, I've come here and there's like 307 results here, and a lot of them have a very similar look about them. So the glasses might be very different, but the engraving is looking very the same. Look at this one, this one, this one, this one. I mean, the glasses look very period. But if you're thinking about Jacobite glasses where they're supposed to be made discreetly, and over a period of time, so like you've got this one's supposed to be 1750, this one's 1780, and yet it looks like the same engraver, but 30 years apart. You see where I'm going? This one's 1860, and that looks like this. Yeah, and that one as well. So the idea of the Jacobite wine is it's supposed to have like a couple of roses and an insect usually. So, so you've got some like this one which looks different, and this one, and this one. But a lot of them look very similar. I'm wondering if someone wasn't. And these ones here, it's telling you these are 1935, and they've got that similar look to these ones that are supposed to be from 1770 or what is 1750. So, what's going on? What is going on? You see, this one's different, and then these ones are all the same, like looking like they're actually done by the same hand, if you know what I mean. People, when they engrave a rose, there's a million different ways to do it, and this one's different, but this one's the same as these three up here, which are, you know, not all the same. And then, and the prices, if you look at the prices on some of these, they're quite high. So I'm wondering what is going on, and I don't know enough. You know, I'm not a person that handles a lot of this glass. I've not, you know, if you're a dealer in this as a specialist, you'll see a lot of it and get to handle it. But that is not me, because I don't have that kind of money. But I'm just looking at this as a pattern in my head and going, this don't look right. Anyway, so a couple of ones we were looking at, I think, yeah, I'm not sure is the answer. I'm not an expert on what is a copy of a Jacobite glass and what isn't. I know what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be bringing the Stuarts back into Scotland and all that kind of thing, and Scottish Rebellion and Culloden and all, Bonnie Prince Charlie and all of that stuff. They're supposed to be in support of that, but yeah, they're supposed to be rare, and this is making them look common. And these are all dated 1935 as well. These ones here, how many has he got? 3 of those. So, in fact, look at this. Let's go to the next page. Let's just see what's on the next page. I haven't gone to the next page yet. Go there. Yeah, there's more. So there are some odd ones, but there's also ones that are the same, which makes me think, Anyway, you see where I'm coming from. Got a nice little selection of different things here. There's a nice early 18th, mid 18th century jelly glass in the back there. You can hardly see it though. So, and you've got these 2 salts here, I think, or sweetmeats. It says 1800. I think they're a bit later than that. But you've got this salt here. It's got 1800 on that as a date, and I'm looking at that coating style, and I'm thinking that's earlier. It's got a Monteith rim, so yeah, that's quite nice. Pedestal salt boat prices are all over the place, really. I think 35 is probably a top price, but that one's quite a nice one because it had a Van Dyke rim. Yeah, I found this one here. So this is £35. It's sold, so it's like 1820, and you can see the base is all molded and everything. But I actually found a pair, these ones, on eBay. So it's basically £4 for 2. And what I like about this particular entry on eBay is all the salt boats I've got that have not been messed around with have lots of little tiny chips on them, and these ones don't either. These ones do, and sorry about that, and they go to great pains to show them to you, so I can show you what I'm talking about, because these things are the rims are very prone to chipping because they're cut rims, and that means they've got an edge. And actually, when you're using them, quite often you use them with a spoon. There's a small spoon, but yeah, they're a couple of 100 years old, these things. So if you've got a sharp edge like that, it's going to have lots of little cuts on it. And the base of the foot always has lots of little chips on it because they usually polish them flat, and that means you have an edge here. And sometimes they polish this bit here as well. So let me show you, because they've done such a good job showing you the chips. This is underneath the base of these, and then let me go back a bit. So they show you can actually see there's a chip here. Don't know what they're showing you on that one. I think there's a chip. Oh, hang on, go there. There's a chip there. You can see there's a chip on this corner here. There's a chip here on this corner. They're trying to show you, or actually I think that might be the chip there. Chips on this corner. Can you see what I'm talking about? They're trying to show you there's bits in the glass, which is good. You expect to see that kind of thing. Oh, too far, too far. They're showing you how the cutting is, and then look, chip on the rim here. on this rim. They're tiny little chips, but this is what you expect to see on these. And look at the wear here, and tiny chips on here. Just trying to show you a chip there. You know, they're just covered in tiny little chips everywhere. And these people have gone to a great deal of trouble to try and show you what the condition, and it's actually the condition that you would expect. If it wasn't like this, it means that some restorer has probably gone over it and redone the edges and redone the base and everything. I like to see it a bit chipped up like this because it means that you're looking at the original shape of the item. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you that because it's the condition that you should expect. Don't put something aside that's like this. It's over 200 years old, and it's going to have some, and it's got sharp edges, so it's going to have lots of little tiny chips on it. On the same shelf, it's got a couple of things that I really quite like. Love this jug. I would go with Anglo-Irish for this one with this. Look at this fan cut rib. It's actually really nice. Really nice. And then behind it, you've got this sweetmeat urn, I think it is. And it's the lid. The lid looks right. If you look at the cutting on the lid, it matches the body. So that is really nice. He's got 45 on that. He's got 28 on this. This is quite interesting to me. I've not seen one like this with this base, and I might have to have a better look at it. So why am I saying Anglo-Irish every time I talk about fan cut rims? And if something has a fan cut rim, it doesn't mean it's definitely Irish, not all the time. But I thought I would go off and show you other people, not just me, goes, oh, I think that's Irish or Anglo-Irish, where I'm going, it's Irish kind of, but I'm not 100% certain. So this is, I've got a few bits from Scottish Antiques here. So this is the first one. It's a Georgian Irish cut glass piggin, and a piggin is a very Irish shaped thing. So it's a traditional kind of like little bucket with one stave sticking up, like a half bucket with one stave sticking up. And this is what this is emulating, but it's a glass cut, and they've just gone completely off. Some of them are cut to look like little barrels with a bit sticking up, but this one's not. But look, see, you've got the little fan cut here, just like on the jug. I've got a few other pieces. I've got these pair of Irish glass salts, yeah, with a little fan cut rims. And then we've got really fancy bowl here with fan cut rim, and the shape of the bowl is straight out of the Waterford catalogue. So yeah, this is, look, they've gone Anglo-Irish, but there's a pretty decent chance, and especially the way this foot is as well, with all this intense cutting on it, this is probably Irish. And then you've got this one. It's another piggin. So this one's a bit more barrel-like, but still not quite. But look at this fan cut handle on it. Apparently, according to this, they were used for like sauces and whipped cream and stuff like that on the table. So, and they're quite small. They're not big, massive things. How big, as he said, height 9.2 centimeters. So it's like a couple of inches across, you know. Anyway, I'll go to another dealer here. I've got Exhibit Antiques and Collectibles, and they've got this pot here. Let me show you with the rim. And this, they've said Anglo-Irish, but this diaper cut is a very Irish feature. And then you've got the fan cutting on the top. I don't know what the foot's like. Oh, it's a square one, so that doesn't count. What was not specifically Irish. Then what have we got? We've got this large Anglo-Irish bowl, again with fan cutting on the rim, but other cutting. And we've got, this is very Irish Waterford. And in fact, this is very like, there was a collection that was sold, I think, like the to
can't remember, something of Butte. But anyway, there's a very famous collection that looks very like this. That was from Waterford, and they've said it's Waterford, so I'm happy to go with that. It's not the Duke, it's like something of Butte. Anyway, 1830, yeah, so very fan cut, and look at all this intense cutting. This is what Irish glass of that period was famous for. Anyway, so when you see that fan cutting, you need to sort of like start looking at the whole thing and think, is this English or Anglo-Irish? If you can't say it's Anglo-Irish, it kind of loses its value a bit, which is why some people will push things in to say they're Irish and Anglo-Irish, even if they aren't. I mean, if I'm going to be cruel, let me go back here. Go back here. Go back. Oh, I've gone too far. Gone too far. Go forward. Gone too far. Here we go. There's some more. Was it on this page? No, it wasn't. It's on the next page. Let me get to the next page. Come on, come on, come on. Next page. See, I recognise these. And they've said they're Irish, but I know they're not. Because I know that these are Edinburgh and Leith. Sort of like 1900 to 1940 kind of thing. So yeah, these tops here are very distinctive. So anyway, and probably still worth £90 or more, because yeah, these are good, really good decanters.
Well, I bought a little juggy house. I spent the money, folding money. It was £28. But I've never seen anything like this, with this foot like this. Can you see it with the fan cut edge, and then you've got like fan cut edge here. It's going to show you. Show it. There you go. Look at that. And really unusual. This bit here, really unusual. And but the handle is very, how can I say this? Very typical in that sort of like probably second quarter of the 19th century. So I'm really talking 1825 to 1850. So it's got this like top to bottom made, and it's got this little step cut like that for you to put your thumb on. Can you see? Yeah. So, and the quality of the glasses definitely says, yeah, I'm from that period. That's sort of like late Regency, William IV. So, yeah, it's I like it a lot. It's so weird, and I would go with Anglo-Irish as I was showing you. I did another video on stuff I bought for me, and this does appear in it, so you can go back and look at that one. It's only a couple of videos ago, and if you want to see it in more detail, yeah, £28. £28. That's a lot of money for me. I'm usually spending a lot less, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. There will be at least a couple more parts, maybe 3, on the glass at Bridport. This is the really old stuff, but there'll be a real mishmash going forward, and I do buy some more glass, so you'll see that too. And when I did the video, the stuff I bought for me, there was a piece I hadn't identified, and someone's highlighted that for me, so you'll be seeing that soon. Anyway, all the references I used will be in the description below. Contact details for the Alleyways Centre in Bridport will be in the description below. And yeah, thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel. And have a good night. Good night.